Life is a mystery. It's full of surprises, and you never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes they can be good surprises, and some can be ones you weren't expecting. 6 months after I put that Steeler freak behind bars, Lego City has been different, and not in a good way. There seems to be a lot more crime happening, and some criminals are out to get me specifically. Even worse, that Steeler guy escaped a few weeks ago, and who knows what he's planning against me. I've been starting to understand my powers and what I can do with them to protect this city. I seem to have the power of flight and some superhuman strength. There's still a lot I don't know about how or what caused me to have these powers. All I could think of was my dad, who was a scientist and was conducting an experiment to make penguins fly for some reason. However, there was no remaining source left, and my father disappeared and hasn't been heard from since. And when things couldn't get weirder, I found this boy who had some of my powers and a magic wand. Yeah, I know. Alright, everyone on the ground, you know the drill. Confused. Can you start putting the money in the bags?
What money?
The money that's on the table right there.
What? Well.
Oh my god, why do you have to be so useless? I swear, next time I'm picking my partner. I don't care what Hook says. Well, you shouldn't have to worry about that since you're coming with me. Not a chance. Now, kid! I guess you aren't as strong as you look. Don't worry, you're coming too. Here you are, officers. These two guys won't be any trouble anytime soon.
Thank you, Shining Star. Hopefully we'll have more criminals behind bars.
I hope so too. But for now, me and Red Boy will do our best to find the rest of these criminals.
Oh, almost forgot. Thank you too, Red Boy.
No problem, officer. Finally, we're home, and I can finally relax. You go ahead and relax for a bit. I'll be in the base for a while. I still need to find out where these other criminals might be. Come on! There has to be some evidence on where the Steeler could be. I've hacked into a bunch of security cameras all across the city and haven't found anything. Wait, I see something. Looks like a person with a crown? Where's he going? I know that alleyway. There's just a wall. How do you leave this area without going the other way? Let me see if I can find someone who fits the description. I'll check some criminals who have escaped. Ken Alect. Seems to fit the description. It appears he's serving 30 years in prison for stealing jewelry and many other valuables. He also goes by the name 3 Eyes and has been spotted with a chainsaw most of the time and some have even claimed to see him flying on it. However, this hasn't been 100% confirmed. Well, I guess that explains the crown, but it doesn't really explain how he escaped, since he didn't have a chainsaw in his hand. But he could have gone to get it, which explains why he walked off camera. I'm gonna need more info about this so-called chainsaw, and I know just who to talk to. Chief, I want to know what you can tell me about Ken Alec, aka Three Eyes. I think he might help me find the stealer. How long were you waiting in here? Not too long. And what if someone else walked in? Then it would have been awkward. Ken Alec. The name sounds familiar. He's just a jewelry thief and has a weird tattoo. You think he has an idea where Steeler is? What about his so-called flying chainsaw? Well, he does have a chainsaw, but I don't think it's able to fly. Some people believe it. Well, you can't believe everything on the internet. I know, but it would explain a lot. I was going through some security cameras near the alleyway between the barbershop and the liquor store, and there was a dead end, and he went out of the camera's view, which would explain how he got out of there without the camera seeing him leave. Well, I guess that makes sense. So how do you plan to catch him? Keep my head in the skies, I guess. Keep me posted if you get any new information on the stealer or this Three Eyes dude, alright? Will do. Good luck. Jake, get ready. We're leaving in a few minutes.
Where are we going this time?
We're going on patrol. We're gonna try to find this criminal that might have a connection to Steeler and where he could be. So suit up. Were you followed?
Of course not. I'm not an idiot.
Well, someone could have followed you here or put a tracking device on you or your chainsaw.
Well, I think I would have realized if there was a device on me or my chainsaw, alright?
Look, I was just making sure.
Will you two knock it off already? Besides, I would already know if someone were to find us here.
Speaking of which, what exactly are we doing here anyways?
Well, I guess this is a good time to explain to you guys my plan.
What plan?
My plan to overthrow the people who run this city. My plan to end the suffering of the people who live in this city. My plan to burn this city.
Burn? What do you mean by that?
I mean to burn this city down to the ground completely. And from the ashes, we will rebuild this city, and it will be free from those who have failed it before.
This feels like an overkill. Like, what drove you to decide this? I mean, we don't really know you. Better yet, we don't know what you even are.
I don't know what I am. I only remember who I used to be. And I wasn't a good person. I was a crook. A drug dealer. I went from robbing people to making money on the streets. Things were okay for a while, so I got chased down. They looked like they meant business, but they didn't look like gang members. They weren't police officers or FBI. They didn't even have a badge on them, so I just kept running. However, I slowly realized I cornered myself, and I was surrounded by a group of men. But before I could even try to figure out what was going on, I was knocked out cold. When I woke up, I wasn't in jail, or in an interrogation room, or even a cop car. I was in a lab. There were other people there as well. Some looked homeless, some were elder, and some looked just as confused as me. We were all in the line waiting to go into a room where I could hear screams from inside. I didn't know what was going on in there, but from what I saw, the people who walked in never walked out alive. I asked the guy in front of me what was going on. He told me that the scientist named Robert Burton was trying to do the impossible. Bring the dead back to life. In my head, I thought the scientist was insane, but then I asked the man why. He told me it had something to do with his daughter that died a few months ago, and is very desperate to see her again. I thought to myself that this dude must really love his daughter, but even I wouldn't try to bring someone I loved back from the dead. Eventually, it was my turn to be tested on. When I entered that room, I didn't hesitate and I tried to escape. I wasn't strong enough, and I was eventually restrained. Now, I don't know what happened after that. But something went wrong in that room. And I was no longer the man I used to be. I was a monster.
How did you escape?
While the lab was being evacuated, I was able to leave the lab unseen.
And the scientist?
Burton was never heard from again. All of his work was shut down, and they haven't confirmed if he's dead or alive. That was 2 years ago. However, I realized something that day. I realized that people like Burton shouldn't be allowed to run the city. They shouldn't be allowed to use people like we're nothing. We will burn the city down to the ground, and out of the ashes, we will rebuild a new city, a new era, a new generation where we wouldn't be under the control of the people who once owned this city. So, will you two help me?
How exactly do you plan to burn this city?
I have a machine that will be able to burn down the city in minutes, but I still need a few more pieces for it, and I would have had it by now, but those 2 idiots I sent to give me the money for it got caught by the shining star himself. That's why I need you two to steal the remaining parts for my machine.
So the shining star is going to be a problem then, right? Which is why I want to make a deal. I'll help get the remaining parts you need, and in return, I want you to bring me the star. I won't make you feel the pain I went through while I was locked up. Do we have a deal?
Deal.
What do I get out of this?
You help me, and I'll get you all the jewelry you desire.
Well, if you're gonna rebuild the city, I might as well be known as Richmond. Deal?
So what now?
I will give you a list of what I need for my machine. But until then, you guys can do your own thing. And try not to get caught. I'll be in touch.
So what exactly is our plan to find the stealer?
Well, this guy is hard to track down, so we're going to need to find someone to help us start looking.
But who do we know that might know where the stealer is?
I think I have an idea.
Big ears, you have a visitor.
Please, who in the world will visit me? It better not be my stepdad. Why don't you just tell me who is...
Good day, sir. Do you mind taking a seat?
Actually, I do mind. I'm not doing the...
Sit.
So, why am I here?
I think you should take a good guess as to why I'm here. Why did you and Confused try to rob that bank?
Why don't you ask him?
I think you and I both know the answer to that.
True.
Now I need you to answer my question. Why did you guys rob that bank?
I wanted money, of course.
Cut the crap. I know you work for someone, and I want to know who.
I prefer to work alone.
You had help from Confused, which is a dumb idea, and I'm sure you know that. But it was your choice, wasn't it? I'm gonna ask you one last time. Who do you work for?
Some guy. I don't know his name, but he told me and Confused to get him some money from the bank for something he needs. Did that help you?
It did. However, the very first thing that came out of your mouth was a lie. I need a name.
I don't have one.
How many more times are you gonna keep lying to me right now? Because it's getting really annoying. Thanks to the audio from the bank's security cameras, it caught you saying one name. Hook. Ring any bells? Who is this Hook person? And what do they want?
It's Killer Hook, and he wants you and the city to burn. So, what did he tell you?
He told me that he was working for some guy named Killer Hook.
Never heard of him.
Neither have I.
So, what does he have to do with the Stealer?
That I'm still working on.
So, where do we start?
We start with how Stealer escaped in the first place.
You sure this is the place?
No, this is the gasoline store. I'm gonna buy some from these kind gentlemen.
Look, just tell me what the plan is, okay?
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna take out the guards while I steal the gasoline. Easy.
Alright, let's do this.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
What the hell? Okay, that's all the gasoline we need. Let's get out of here. Come on. We got what we came for. Let's get back to Hook before things get messy. It's a bit too late for that. You! I'm gonna make you pay for what you did to me. And I'm gonna put you back where you belong. Behind bars. What are you stealing gasoline for? To bring you and the city down.
Let's get out of here. What should I do? Is there anything here to help stop the bleeding?
Give me my clothes. Ugh.
How is that gonna help?
You gotta get me to the hospital. But I can't show up as a shining star. So you should get changed as well. So hurry up.
Okay.
Well, did you get it?
Yeah, we did. But we ran into a bit of trouble. The shining star tried to stop us.
And what happened to him?
I cut him. But his sidekick Red Boy helped him escape.
Well, I guess there's no more hiding anymore. I think it's time to send a message to him.
You know, one of my first encounters with Steeler put me here. He was running from the cops near my house, and I was coming back from the store. And he blew my car up and put me in the hospital. That's when I realized I had to take matters into my own hands.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel like I needed to use my abilities to help protect the city. The cops have their hands tangled, and I'm here to help loosen them. I mean, what would you be doing right now if you didn't know we had some abilities?
Probably living on the streets.
I was like that for a while. After my parents died, I had nowhere else to go. Didn't feel safe living in my house, still, since I feared the people who killed my parents would come for me. So I ran. And it wasn't until some guy came up to me and took care of me for the rest of my life. His name was Fred. He was like a father to me.
What happened to him?
When I turned 32, I decided I wanted to move to the big city of Lego City. And I wanted to have a new start and forget my old life. Fred agreed with me, and I said goodbye to him. That was 8 years ago.
This message goes out to the shining star and the people of Lego City. Do you believe that you're fighting for the right cause? The people that run the city for years have used its people as a tool, and when they were no longer needed, they were thrown out. You think you're any better than the police? You think by defeating me and bringing me to justice will save the city? You're only helping this city by running it into the ground, and I have had enough. In 24 hours, I will burn the city down, and from the ashes, we will rebuild a new city. One that isn't run by people who treat their citizens like nothing. You will meet me on the roof of the movie theater in downtown Lego City, or else this city will burn, and the ashes of your fallen city will be on your hands. You have 24 hours, Shining Star, and make sure to come alone and agree to your surrender.
Aw, crap.
What do we do? You can't surrender to him.
Well, I'm not letting him win that easily. Come on. We need to get back to the base.
You can't leave. You're in no condition to fight him.
I have to try. The whole city is counting on me.
There has to be another way.
This is the only way, Jake.
No, I'm gonna go after him. You need to stay here and rest.
Jake, you can't. You don't know what he's capable of. You need to help me leave this hospital. I can't risk you ending up here as well.
I'll be fine. You stay here.
Jake? Jake! Come back!
You think he saw it?
Oh, I'm sure he did. And even if he didn't, then the Lego City News will tell him.
Well, he better show, because he's gonna pay.
He will. Don't worry. And even if he doesn't, then we will burn the city, and he will be in regret for letting this happen, and that's when you will strike. This is the start of a new era. An era of freedom.
Yesterday, around 2:34 p.m., a message from the criminal known as the Killer Hook threatened to burn down Lego City in 24 hours and asked the Shining Star to surrender to him. That message was broadcasted 23 hours ago, and there's only 30 minutes left until it has officially been 24 hours. Police have been searching the city for hours to try to find where the Killer Hook might be, but the big question that everyone is asking is, will the Shining Star surrender to Killer Hook? This is Lego City News, signing off. You know you can't take him alone, right?
How did you escape the hospital?
I have my ways.
You should be resting.
I already did. Besides, Hook is asking for me. I need to go meet with him.
You can't. He could kill you.
He won't, because you're gonna help me. If we fight him together, then we can put an end to this. Now, are you with me or not? Because we don't have a lot of time.
Alright, I'm with you. You still think he'll show up, Hook?
He will. He wouldn't want to kill thousands of innocent people. He wouldn't be able to live with himself knowing that this will be his greatest failure.
If you say so, man. Is that machine ready yet?
Yes, it is. I did some last minute adjustments, and now all I need to do is push this button, and in 2 minutes, it will charge up and create a giant explosion, which will burn the entire city down.
That won't be necessary.
Well, look who showed up. You made the right choice.
Wasn't really a choice.
Don't come any closer. If you take one more step, then I will push this button.
Don't do this, Hook. This won't change what happened. This won't bring you back to normal.
You don't know a damn thing.
I did my research. I know exactly what happened to you, and trust me, this isn't going to fix it.
This isn't about me. This is about saving others from people like them. This will put an end to those who have treated the people of the city like nothing.
By burning innocent people? Do you even hear yourself? You're becoming the very thing that you're trying to destroy. Don't do this.
This city doesn't need heroes. It needs people who treat others like they mean something. And that's what the city failed to do. You can't win! I've already won! Stop fighting for something that is already gone! You will die! Time's up.
You're making a mistake. Turn it off.
It's too late. I couldn't turn it off even if I wanted to.
What do we do? Even if we try to blow it up right now, it could still kill thousands of people.
I've got an idea. I'll fly up with the machine, and once I'm high enough, then I want you to shoot it with all you got. So start charging up your wand.
What about you? I could kill you.
Don't worry. I'll be out of the way before you shoot it. Now, are you ready? Then let's save this city.
Hey, are you alright? Can you hear me? Oh, thank God he's alive.
Well, it looks like the shining star lives on. Good to see you too, Chief. How are you feeling? I'm alright. What happened? Well, after you flew that machine into the air, Steeler tried pushing you into the explosion and nearly killed both of you. But thankfully you survived and we found you in the ocean. Where is he now? Oh, he's over there, along with the other two. We can't thank you enough for what you did for us today. You saved the entire city. All in a day's work. But I wasn't alone. Oh, we know. That sidekick of yours is one brave kid. Yep, he sure is. Like I said, life is full of surprises. I mean, I've gone from stopping bank robbers to literal terrorists. Crazy, I know. I mean, there's probably someone or something way more powerful out there, and I'm ready for when it comes for Lego City. But I have one thing stuck in my mind. Are there more people like me and Jake out there? And if so, when are we gonna run into one? I guess you could say, it's one big mystery.